Nexus Podcast. Today, we have a very, very, very special guest. Not like the other guests that we've had. The other guests are members of the Nexus. AlexOCrypto here is a member of the Nexus as well. However, he stops by. Him and I are homies. We've been friends for about a year, and he has his own VIP Discord. He has his own network. So shouts out to the Otter Gang. And this podcast, I mean, we're just going to be kind of shooting the shit. We're going to go back and forth, but it's going to give you guys a perspective on the creator side of it, because I think that there's a gap between the consumers of content and the creators of content. And, you know, myself owning my own network and AlexOCrypto owning his own network. And I'm going to tell you guys the same thing that I said from the very beginning of my channel. We're just we're same as you. We're no different than you. Not very long ago, we were on your side of the screen trying to figure this game out. Yep. And so hopefully this our conversation here can bridge the gap between creator and consumer of content, because I think a lot of people think it's easy. We make it look easy, but it's not actually that easy. So Alex, thank you for being on the show here. If you want to say a couple words, introduce yourself.
What's going on, everybody? Yeah, no, it's always an honor and a privilege. He says I have a network, but this guy has the network, the Nexus, man. My guy. I mean, you've been really demonstrating what it means to be a leader, and it's always a privilege to collab with someone who's in the trenches, like you said, like talking about being a consumer. Like, I'm still a consumer. I'm just like extremely picky now because it can influence, you know, my trades and my bias. And, you know, if some person says this, I might think it's a good idea, and it can get me into a lot of trouble because it depends on who you're consuming that content off of. But also, like, the other side of being a content creator, and the exhaustion, the burnout, the things that you go through, that it's not really seen all the time, is something that's important to talk about as well. So I think we can bring clarity on that. But yeah, man, I'm here. I mean, I have a YouTube channel. I have a trading group. I trade live every single day, and I'm a profitable trader for over, you know, a year and a half now, just trying to teach others, you know, how to fish, but how to have some dignity and some good mindset while doing it.
Yeah, man. So all of Alex's links are going to be in the description down below. So make sure you check him out after watching the full episode, of course. But man, you touched on something in that, you know, you're still a consumer of content as well. And, you know, sometimes I am too. You know, you're part of the Nexus. I'm in your Discord as well. Sometimes I pop in. We kind of, you know, drop our funny messages here and there. But I want to touch on something that you mentioned in that, you know, again, sometimes you see trade setups or whatever from maybe my side, or I see yours, or you see it from somewhere else, and that might have an influence on your overall narrative. And it's hard, man. It is hard being on this side of it. I know you can attest to it. There is some, like, man, when you're trading by yourself, whatever, you know, this is my opinion anyway, but when I'm trading by myself, it's my money, whatever. When you have some form of influence, and I don't like to call myself an influencer or a YouTuber. I don't like that, but
yeah,
it is at the end of the day, it is what it is. If I say I'm longing, people will blindly long because I'm longing, right? So, man, the whole Spider-Man quote, with great power comes great responsibility. Like, I'm cool losing my money. I don't care. But sometimes, you know, letting everybody know, hey, we're longing here or we're shorting here. And then, you know, people don't do good risk management, and they might put their whole account on that trade, and that might be the one that doesn't work out or whatever. So why don't you, if you don't mind, let us know, like, how, like, do you feel that also? It's hard when you're in the spotlight, man.
No, absolutely. There's like a big thing, especially when I'm live trading on YouTube. It's like, I'm not gonna, like, I'll almost take profits early, or I'll be very clear on where I'm wrong and where I'm getting out if this happens. Like, I have to emphasize that, because, like, also too, like, you have people who are new to trading, right? And I think it's our number one job is to protect the new traders so that they stay, right? I think that's so important. And then with risk management, I'm sure I mean, every single Discord session, every session that we do in, the number one job is to protect your downside, right? Risking 1% per trade, right? If you're going to size up, you're going to go 2-3% max, right? But you know people aren't doing it. You know, people are thinking, oh, I've paid for this group. This guy says long here. I'm going to put half of my account on here and I'm going to make some bank, where that's that one trade that gets them ruined, right? And then I'm sure you get it too, where you have like people saying, oh man, I'm down to my last $200 and I started with $1,000. I'm like, how did you lose $800, right? That is like 80% of your account, right? Like, so it's like, it's frustrating, but it's also like, I have to understand when I started, I mean, I blew like 4 or 5 $1,000 accounts to get started, right? And it's like, okay, if they want to pay the price, I mean, the market, you're going to pay the market for your tuition anyways, but if you want to do that correctly, right? You want to be managing that risk, and that's all we can really do. At the end of the day, I think I feel responsible, but I also understand that people are adults, right? And this, we always say, it's not financial advice. It's not financial advice. So if they can't really do that and they're an adult and they're taking trades based on me saying, oh, I entered long, and they're getting over leveraged or overexposed, then it's going to be on them, right? And I have to be able to accept that, but it is definitely hard sometimes, man.
Dude, it adds pressure, man. And like I said, losing my own money is whatever, but effectively losing other people's money, even though they're grown, they're the ones that are pulling the trigger. It's hard. There's a lot of pressure, and I know that. I mean, you and I have talked about it off camera, but I know that it's that pressure, man. Number one, it's stressful. Number two, yes, we do what we do, and we do what we do on a daily basis, but we don't have any edge on anyone else. We've just been doing what we've been doing, so we can. It's just the 10,000 hour rule, right? The more you do one thing, the better you'll get at it. But I don't have a crystal ball. You don't have a crystal ball. We're going to be wrong. And the emotions are like half of the fight, more than half of the fight, I would say. Think about, oh, wow, these accountants are calling me now. Now I'm going to make them wait. They made me
Make them wait.
Anyway, man, like, okay, when you're working out and you're being healthy, whatever, they say 80% of it is the diet, and 20% is the actual gym part. That's kind of, I just thought of that right now. That's kind of how trading is. 80% of it is the emotions, and then 20% is the TA and whatever. That's easy. But being able to only risk that 1%, being able to control your emotions. If you get stopped out, wait for something better. Don't get right back in right away and hammer it and try to revenge trade and all that. And so, man, yeah, the pressures of being a creator, the pressures of having X number of 100 people, 1,000 people, whatever, in the Discord, it's hard, man. It's hard, and there's a lot of pressure on our shoulders to show up every day, but to perform. And
yeah, to perform. That's true.
We're in an industry where the setup could be good and everything could look good, and then things change in real time.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think I like the gym thing. Like, I used to be a big gym rat, and like, I mean, it's that discipline, right? I think it's like, I know that like discipline's so important. So a lot of the time, like, I think as a trader, and you need to look at like your external life and really how, because that's going to be a direct influence on your trading, right? Like if your room's a mess, if you're not eating well, if you're fat, you're whatever, right? Like if you're not managing kind of like your life outside of trading, it's going to reflect in your trading too if you're undisciplined. So I think that's a big part of it as well. I'm a big advocate for kind of living well, but also being disciplined in the trades.
Bro, absolutely. I always say, from the beginning of my channel, I've said like discipline in the gym equals discipline in the charts, and you can carry on this with anything in life. I think that trading will make you a better, like, I think being in the gym will make you a better trader. Being a trader will make you better in the gym. It'll make you have more, I just think it's better around like, you'll have healthier relationship. I just think it's just good.
My wife even said that last week. I mean, I took a $3,000 loss last week, right? And it was very undisciplined. She's like, you need to start working out in the morning again. I'm like, what the? And I'm like, how'd you're reading my mail, girl, right? Like, it's like, okay, I get it.
I think she's also telling you something else, but I don't know, man. Let's see those guns, bro. I think they're coming in.
They're there, man. They're there.
I think you, all the carpentry, I think you still got it.
Yeah, it's muscle memory. We'll just say it's underneath the dad bod, right?
Dude, listen, I don't know about you, but maybe because we're the same height, we're the same. I'm like, my body actually has some muscle memory. Like if I'm off my game for like 2 months, I need like 2 weeks to get back to my peak, and I'm good. I feel like you're like
I bounce back too, and I've always been athletic, right? So I play golf every week, and I play every sport, you name it, I play it. So it's like that's too adds to my competitiveness with trading, because it's like you versus everyone, right? And you really want to like kick ass and take names, and I think that's a good drive too with trading and being disciplined as well.
Yeah, man, me too. I play poker every weekend, and I see poker on the Score and Sportsnet. So I'm very into sports also.
Let's go.
So Alex, tell me about this background you got going on, because it's mad interesting. I see a bunch of otters. I know what it is, but the people don't know what it is. So why don't you tell us what that's all about?
It started from the beginning, man. We were like a bunch of degenerate traders in the beginning, and we were like making rude remarks. So we just started throwing otters in the chat rather than the rude remarks, and then it grew to be this kind of group that we called the Otter Gang, right? And we call each other OGs, and everybody kind of submitted their own photos, so we got like them plastered all over here, some of the mods, some of the traders. I mean, I could add you, I could make an otter for you with the Nexus holding a tree or something cool like that.
Dude.
I mean, there's still I still got to add about 2 more before we do any sort of merch, so I definitely would like to include you in this.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put you up to a job of getting some AI otter geo made up, so I can add you to the picture.
Let me just say, man, like you are, you're very inspiring. I love what you're doing with your whole community. You guys are like us in a sense of you care about your people, and your people care about your people. And that's something that goes really far, especially in this scam ass industry, man.
Oh man.
And we've hung out. We've been friends for a year, so I know who you are, and I think that a person's network or a creator's community is a reflection of the creator. And I think that, and I'm not, trying to up myself or whatever, but I think that my community is like that as well, because I'm like that, and yours is like that, and I think you and I get along because of that. And this is a testament. Like, first of all, these otters are, Alex, we love you. Can you hide your face for a second? Let's get the whole picture in. I want to see the whole shot.
I think I can. Here, let me see if
otters,
I can
man.
I can just move.
Okay. Which one is you? The one in the middle with the is that an OG hoodie? Oh, we lost you. Okay, that's okay. Anyways, my point is for you to have the idea to do something like this and bring people together again. And please don't, so whoever's listening, don't take this the wrong way, but in this scam ass industry, crypto is like the most scam industry there is. You're here putting your face on the screen, showing your trades on the screen and on the public YouTube at that. And to do something like this where you're bringing in, I mean, we got a graduate, we got an astronaut, we got some rocket thing, we got like, there are so many stories here, and trading is a journey. And to feel like you are in this already what seems to be impossible task of becoming a profitable trader, and you bringing these people together and in a way that is transparent, but also everyone cares about each other, and it's online, which is scammy, but then crypto is, which is super, man, I commend you for it. Like, this is a great idea. You. And when you posted this on the I got the notification. So I don't know if you got, man, I don't get all the notifications on Discord.
I missed all of yours too, man. I'm like, every now and then, I'm like, today I finally watched your update, and I'm like, damn, he's looking for the same thing. I'm like, I'm thinking the right way, right? Like, sometimes I'll check in, but it's like,
yeah.
Man, you don't, time, right? It's time as a creator.
Dude, I don't even get notifications. But even if I did, man, like, you're busy, I'm busy. Anyway, I got the notification for this one, and I was like, damn, how do I do these otters? Bro, I'm like technologically challenged. I had no idea. I was gonna say, please put me in, but I don't know how to do it.
I'll figure it out for you, bro. I'll make a couple and give you some samples, and it's ChatGPT basically with a couple prompts. I got a couple prompts, so I can hook you up. But yeah, I mean, it's like the same thing. Like, you're talking about community, and I mean, it's always been number one to me is to, like we talked about, protect the new trader, but create an environment that is not scammy, that is not full of complete, we call them douche canoes. I mean, it's just what we call them, but our number one rule is be kind. And I think like a lot of the people in this picture are like day one people, right? People have just stuck with me from day one. We've all kind of grown together, traded together, been degens together, and you kind of develop that kind of bond, right? And I think I know all these people would go to war for me, right? Like it's amazing to build that, especially like you said, in an industry of like absolute mud, right? It's like you attract what you want, right? And I think you've done the exact same thing with the Nexus, where it's like you have a network of people that, you know, all want to grow together, all want to become profitable, all want this life of freedom, right? But if you're stuck with a group that's not wanting that for everyone and just for themselves, you're all going to suffer. Because having a community like this and like yours is definitely like a big edge in the market, because you know it. We can't have like a watch list that we're looking at 24/7. We can't have people up who are with the Australian traders or the South African traders or the South American traders when we're in bed, or, you know, Asia's pumping, or, you know, London Open's crazy or whatever, right? So like, I mean, developing that kind of group where it's like, oh man, this guy's really good at trading Link. Oh, this guy is killing XRP. How can we learn from that, right? And then we can all like stack those skills together and develop like a whole new, like, not only am I able to scalp Bitcoin like AlexOCrypto, but I'm able to trade, you know, Link like Nick Musgrave, who's the guy with the big ass axe over here. He
Okay.
kills it, right? Like,
Thor.
I mean, smart money concepts like Brewberry and yourself, right? Like, it's crazy, but that community is an edge, and as long as you all have that kind of that same kind of goal to work towards, you're all gonna benefit from that. And you've done the exact same with your community, so it's a testament to you as well.
Yeah, man. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. I think like the network is as strong as its weakest link, as cheesy as that sounds, but it does take one toxic person to ruin it. You know, one of my biggest problems from when I started creating content was people being condescending. It already sucks losing, but then to do it publicly, like it's not easy to do what we do, and then have people like it already sucks, dude. You know what I mean? Like, okay,
it's brutal, man.
Yeah, man. And so like for me, being condescending is my number one thing. Like I do not tolerate it whatsoever. And we're all here to learn. We're all, just because you won today doesn't mean you're going to win tomorrow. And I'm not going to be condescending to you if you lose tomorrow type thing. So, you know, especially with these crazy markets, I'm a big believer in working together. I'm a big believer in teamwork. I'm a big believer in protecting the new traders. And, you know, one thing that the Nexus did, and I've taken a hiatus on YouTube. We've talked about that because I've been working on Nexus stuff. But I am working on and currently still uploading the Nexus course. And so my thought process behind it was all Nexus members gain access to the course, which is completely free of clutter. Okay, it's completely free of clutter. It's exactly, in my opinion, and I think I've done a very good job with it so far, but it's exactly what I'm looking for at all times. And my goal is to build up advanced TA traders so that other people can post analysis that's trustworthy. And then eventually have a tier up from that, which is Nexus traders, where the traders can have their own channels. Okay. And then one thing that I'm doing as well is I'm providing a vehicle for content creation to those that want to create content, but didn't, or like, okay, they want to create content, and they'll have the Nexus to support. So the idea is, you know, we have affiliate links. I'm not going to go too much into the Nexus because I want to chat one-on-one, but, you know, my plan is to get affiliate links, and whoever is an advanced TA trader or a Nexus trader, and they're doing this for real, and they're doing this transparently, and there's no BS, and we can see everything. If they decide that they want to create content the way that we do, you know, the Nexus will subscribe to them, the Nexus will support them, and then we have affiliate links, so then they can earn, another form of income in that way.
That's massive, man.
Man, it all starts with us, bro. It starts with us. And like I said, you know, you want to judge somebody, like you want to judge a creator, look at the community, look at the network. And like I said, your network is very inspiring. You're someone to look up to, man.
No, I appreciate that. No, it's so true. Like, especially like you just said, like when you do it live and people are like totally shitting on your parade, pardon my French, but like it's like at least I'm taking the loss live and showing you the trade, showing you the loss, showing you the entry, and I mean, if someone wants to come in and just like be negative, it's like immediately like we just drop the axe, man. Like we don't need that around us, because like part of trading is being a good loser. If you're not losing, you're probably moving your stop loss, you're probably, you're doing something wrong. Let's be real, man. No one's perfect, right? But it's taking those small wins versus those big losses that could absolutely destroy it. So like, that's the thing, is like, it's the people you attract, but it's also being quick to, cut out, like you said. I think it's your lowest person in that totem pole, making sure that they're still there working with you to achieve those goals like everyone else, right? I think that's so important.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Like, if you're an asshole, we boot you.
Yeah.
I don't, and I feel no ways about it either. I will absolutely, I have no problem giving you the boot. No problem asking you, because again, like I said, it's already hard. People are already trying to learn, and the whole losing thing, dude. I love losing. Losing's the best because
I
you get to learn.
celebrate a good loss, man.
Dude,
Yeah.
you get to learn. If you follow your rules, this is how I trade anyway. If you follow your rules, everything checked, and then you lose the trade, you can't even be mad at it.
No.
It did.
No.
It did. You followed the rules, and then there's no 100% in trading. Everybody's gonna lose eventually, and if you can take a loss and look back, because I study every loss. I'm too petty to
I'm
just
like that too,
to
man.
give them my money. I'm way too petty.
Right?
But if you could study the loss and learn from it, like, man, it's all losing today does is means you won't lose tomorrow when you have more capital, because we're properly compounding the account. So
Yeah, right.
give me the losses now before I have $10 million to trade with.
Exactly.
That's kind of the logic. So let me ask you, because I don't know if I'm going to cut out the very beginning of this thing, but you talked about last week and the loss you took. I don't want to say the number. I don't know is it public? People know?
$3,500. Yeah.
And
Over
you said
trading?
over trading. So you broke some of your rules.
Oh, bro, I was revenge trading, man. I was angry.
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, let's do it. Because, like, seriously, it's so important for people to realize that, we're human. We go on there and we talk a lot of smack and we have fun and we play music and all that stuff when we take live trades. But, like, we are human, right? So for me, what has gone on is really, I forgot how to short trade, right? I even hit you up and I'm like, bro, I forgot how to hit sell. Like, I forgot how to do it, right? And people in my live streams can attest, right? I'm like, oh, coming up to the key area, 3 drives, bearish divergence. Next lower high, we're shorting, right? And what did I do? I longed, right? Like,
oh man,
right? I logged, right? And it was like, it wasn't, and it was on that. It was like a little rollover on I think it was last Wednesday. There was a rollover, and I was just trying to get back in long, stopped out, add size, stopped out, and then like on the 3 drives bullish divergence, I didn't take the long because I was so defeated. And that was like a beautiful move, and I would have made back all my money, but because I was over trading ahead of that, I wasn't patient enough to wait for the actual long, and then I got wrecked, right? But what added to that was like, I'm counting right now on my screen is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shorts during live streams that I was like, this is key level, this is the range, top of the range, shorten it down, like easy, and I didn't take it, right? So it's like, in reflection, when I look back, I'm like, okay, didn't take that. Okay, I'm pissed off I didn't take that short. Today, well, I'm trying to long it, and it got into that spiraling, right? And everybody spirals, and it's like, how fast can you realize you're spiraling, and can you cut the brakes and stop trading? Like, just shut it down, right? Because in those moments, you're not thinking, you're not taking setups, you're not being patient, you're not. All the things are at the window, right? And it's just like, oh, I'll move my stop loss a little bit. It's gonna go that way, and then it's like I'm taking $600 losses and $300 scalps. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's a nasty, gross place to be, because at the end of the day, not only are you exhausted from taking the losses and over trading, but your account's down, right? And then you're like, oh man, I gotta top it up with a float account or whatever it is, right? And then get back to it the next day. And then it's the next day, and then not only do you have to share it with your community, but you're also trying to have the energy and the good attitude and stuff like that, and not try to be down on yourself in front of an audience that you come out and you try to literally perform for, like, not only on the charts, but while you're talking and trading at the same time. So it's like, it's that roller coaster. And I talked to you about burnout as well, right? Where I'm like, okay, this weekend I'm taking completely off. I'm going to give myself an extra week or an extra day. And sometimes it's about like just trading, that live session and not trading for the rest of the day. Like there's ways to give yourself breaks without not being there for your community. So I've learned how to do that as well. But it's like, it's all of that compounding as a trader and then having to go on and start a YouTube live or answer Discord questions or try to be like, in a good mood after you've just blown $3,500. And like it's that, right? And people don't see that, but we do it. Right.
Yeah.
And then there's the euphoria, right? And then that's the opposite. It's like, man, I just made $8,000, man. Why aren't you like here hanging out? Right. Like this has been a great week. And I went 5 for 5 2 weeks ago. And then I went 0 for 4 or 1 for 4 last week. Right. So it goes to show you it's been a seesaw. Right. And, sometimes it's like that. Some months are like 19 for 22 on the live streams. And we're like, man, I feel like I'm on top of the world. Because I've given the trades, people are taking the trades, people are thanking me, right? I get the praise, and then it's like, oh, loss. And I'm like, am I even worthy to be on here trying to help people?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
and that's the battle.
Yeah, man. I think, so literally I agree with everything you said. And, sometimes we lose our emotions. I'm kind of in the hole a little bit today. And, it's like the best whatever sport, LeBron James has bad games. Steph Curry goes 0 or goes like 3 for 15 in some games. You know what I mean? Like we're not always going to be right. And like you said, man, it's so hard to show up for your people when sometimes you just need to like detox, man. Like it's just like, okay, I got obliterated today. I didn't practice what I preach, so don't do as I do as I say, like to the people that are trying to learn. And sometimes you just need to walk away, but you can't because people are paying you to be there.
Yeah.
So, the whole burnout thing, man, it's so real. And we've talked about that. And I'm glad that you have found it in you to be able to like, okay, let's take a weekend or let's take, whatever, detox, spend some time with the baby, go golfing, and it's important to I think it's important to have a fair medium, because when you do get some time away, then you come back sharper than, clear-headed, and you're good.
Yeah.
When you're deep in the trenches and the trenches get a little bit dirty and then you try to get out of them and you find yourself deeper, it's like, man, what am I doing? So it's a good thing to be able to take the breaks, and I'm glad that you've been able to do that as of late. I do that. I don't work I mean, the thing with me is I do take my breaks, but then
you want to trade on the weekend. And I know your rule is don't take trades on the weekend.
No, it's not even that. It's I'm still in there. I'm still in there on my days off. Like sometimes I take days off and I'm still in there. And by the way, my days off days are my most profitable days. And they know that in the Nexus. I don't know how I'm like, dude, I'm posting my P&Ls.
I watched one of your things and they're like, I was in one of your chats and they're like, Gio was an absolute beast. He was down $4,000 and he stayed up and he scalped it all back and made $6,000 that day, right? Absolute beast mode, right? He's like, he was down, but he didn't stop. He went and got his money back, right? And then some. So
yeah, man. And that's the thing. Like, you can't let it deflate you. I think that's a key word, is deflate, because the market is designed to deflate you. You need to just like, stick to your rules, stick to your good risk management, your proper risk management, stick to your setups, and remember that patience pays. You don't need to get the exact bottom because there are going to be many trades. Like you said, there were many scalp shorts on the way down.
It's confirmation, right?
That you just didn't take. Yeah, you don't need to get the exact to the dollar, man. I think that harms people more than it does any good. And that's not, in my opinion anyway, the way to do it. But I want to talk about the whole shorting thing, bro. because for me, not as of late. By the way, let me just say, and I don't mean to like toot my own horn here, but you said you had a good you were like 19 and 23 or something.
Yeah. That was
for the most part, I haven't missed. My first trade of the year was a loss.
Yeah.
And I told everybody, I'm like, guys, I took a loss. I don't even care. I'm not gonna let this define my year, whatever. and then
Mhm.
I went off, bro. Like scalps and swings.
Yeah.
I haven't missed in like, I think a month and a half. I haven't missed.
Let's
And
go.
this move right now, so whoever's watching, the
Mm.
market's down extensively. I did not expect, I'm not longing now, but I didn't expect this move, right, the way that it is right now. So
Mhm.
this took me off guard in the way that it's happening. Not that it's happening, in the way that it's happening. But in general, man, longing gives me anxiety. My perspective, maybe we could find a happy medium here, because I'm a perma bear, and if you're not shorting, that means you're a perma bull. So let's meet in the middle.
Yeah.
And man, my thing is like, we're so high, bro.
Mhm.
Like we've been up only for 2 years, Bitcoin, and that's not the way that markets move. And you know, the alts have been eating it as a result. And my argument is that Bitcoin is too strong, which is why dominance isn't falling. Alts have been getting absolutely destroyed. My like a year ago, bro, I think it was a year ago on the channel, I was talking about the alts capitulating a year ago. And they didn't capitulate, and everybody's like, Gio, you missed it, ha ha ha, blah, 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 blah. You know, I needed to take a break from YouTube because people were being mad toxic and they were being fucking gay. But we ended up capitulating. It ended up happening.
Mhm.
And I think it's just because we flew we're way too close to the sun. Like 108K, and people want more, and it's just like, that's terrifying to me right now. We
Yeah.
skipped alt season, we went straight to meme coin season.
Yeah.
There's like fart coin and shit. Dude, there's some kid, some white kid named Trev on Twitter. I don't know if you see him. Some white kid with no teeth and like a fucked up haircut. And he's some white kid, and he made a coin that's called Now I Got a Giga Ape. Okay, and the ticker is the first letter. So Now I Got a Giga Ape. That's
my
I'm not
God.
gonna say
People-
it.
Yeah,
but and
that's
then he goes into like,
man.
bro, he goes into Walmart's and he's like screaming, yo, you know, saying the word, like, buy my coin if you're a real, and he's like just dropping N-bombs and like, dude, like this is what I'm horrified longing. I'm so scared I'm not scared. I've been better.
It's so bad for the industry, man. Like it's so bad for the industry. Even like God rest his soul, but there was a kid who committed suicide with his meme coin, like on the weekend or something, right? Like it's so toxic, right? And it's like it's just so bad. But like with the shorting, man, it's like, dude, I was born in the bear market. Like this, I have no excuse. Like I am very comfortable with the short. Like I've like I said, I've seen them. It's the problem is that like I've had a long bias, and you know what happens is I feel like sometimes my portfolio, the wanting the portfolio to go up versus just trading the charts in front of me, right? It's because I always say this to everybody on the lives. I'm like, you got to put the portfolio over there. You got to put the trading here, right? And you can't mix the two. And I've been wanting my alts to go up, right? Like for me, I'm heavy BTC, thank God, buying under like 25K, and that's cool, right? So like I'm not hurting like a lot of people are. Like they're really down, right? And like I'm still way up, but I do have a big altcoin portfolio that is down 20-30%, which is a big chunk of my portfolio. So it's like, am I really trading what's in front of me, or am I trading the portfolio that I want to go up, right? And I think that's kind of stood in my way recently. And having the setups, having the key levels, understanding, oh, okay, here we go, swing failure pattern up at the top, you know, bearish divergence. But the bear divs weren't working, man. Don't tell me that the bear divs were working, because they weren't working. This is like the first time where bear divs since Trump got in, since that last high, is the first time where bear divs have actually been working.
Yeah. Here's what I'll say, man. Like, you know, I've been very, like I said, I've been labeled a perma bear, bro. And my mistake that I made is thinking that last cycle, or like okay, we both use Market Cipher. I've stopped using it as much as I did, and I'm public about that. I still use it, but not in the same way that I did. I used to main Market Cipher, where I used to like, man, I say this all the time, and I don't mean it with arrogance, but indicators don't tell me what to do. I tell them what to do. That's kind of like my quote now, is I don't let Market Cipher dictate where I think price is going to go, because it doesn't like if it's gonna div 50 times, what's the point? And one of my biggest mistakes that I made was because of Market Cipher was when we were in the 70K range, and I'm like, oh, we're gonna go down, like look at these divs, look at these spike waves, these weekly divs and these daily divs and whatever. I'm like, okay, it's and we haven't retraced yet, whatever. That like played a big role in my whole bias. And don't get me wrong, like I said, man, this year, and I thank God for it, I haven't missed really. I've been really, really good. But it's not always like that. And I was right for 3/4 of the 70K range. I was wrong for the last quarter of it. And it's just because
you called the carry trade short. It was perfect.
Yeah, man. And Market Cipher is what fucked it up. Like, and not specifically Market Cipher. I just want to make this very clear. It's nothing against Market Cipher. It's just indicators. I've started focusing more on trading without indicators, because I used to only trade with indicators. I didn't know how to trade without Market Cipher or any other indicators. So I started learning the foundation again and realizing, like, man, just because there's a div, it doesn't mean it has to work. And so right now I'm not going to say struggling, but I need to, because I've kind of put the indicators aside. So there's, I'm sure, a happy medium, and I need to just, take my new way of trading and merge it with what Cipher or any other indicator is saying. But that 74K range, man, like fucked me up big time because of the divergences. And it's like you said, man, like none of the divs have been working, and you've been long biased for that reason. I've been short biased for that reason. And I'm like, how? And dude, like, I took a break, bro. I haven't been live. I did my first live stream last week. You gave me the 20, so thank you for that.
No, appreciate you. Next time I'll e-transfer you. YouTube takes too much.
Yeah. For real. But bro, I'm like showing up every day, just like learning, like talking about objectively what's on Market Cipher, and I'm getting fucking gaslit. And I'm the one that seems crazy when it's like, look, like it's so obvious, but I was wrong. And I have no problem being wrong. I studied that range extensively, and now I haven't missed. But for that reason, like,
but you were honest with everyone that too. Like, you were like, man, I'm wrong. Okay, whatever. We're up only. And then you took some longs, and you're like, well, we can go both ways, right? So it's like, it's that being on the camera and having people being like, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, even when you say, oh, I'm wrong, they still sometimes shit on your parade, right? And I think, that shows character on your side, though, man. That's the thing. The real people will see the character on your side. The people who are going to behave like that and hate on you, they're the ones you don't need, right?
Dude, 100%. And that's why, like I said, I've taken a break, and I kind of just been focusing on the Nexus and the people that want to be there. People are so entitled. They come on the YouTube and they just like, they shit on you and they gaslight you and they make you feel bad and whatever. And the whole portfolio thing as well. This is the part that is the funniest part about it, is people are like, oh, this was their rationale every time was, we're in a bull market. Okay, fine, we are. That's a fact, but that doesn't mean it has to go up only, but fine. But they're like, you're trying to get people wrecked so that, like, they think that I have enough influence to move the market. So when I'm like, it's going to go down, everybody short it. They think that it's going to go down so that I can buy because I missed the boat. As if A, I wasn't buying in the bear market, and B, I've been very transparent. I don't have a huge portfolio. I don't care. I don't care. So when I try to tell them, like, I am the least biased one, because people that have portfolios, these other creators that are getting wrecked, shouts out to Carl from the moon that's getting his whole people wrecked again on Ethereum. They're getting liquidated times two, because, by the way, capitulation 2.0. I hope it happens. Sorry for your alt. Sorry, bro. But I hope it happens. But anyways, the point is, like, I'm the least biased one, because I'm like strictly a trader. I'm not investing in crypto and whatever. And then sorry, I'm gonna stop talking about myself. I'm gonna add this one last thing.
It's good, man. And I saw Flopper's comment too, man. It's hilarious,
bro,
man.
And then people have the nerve to tell me what my goal is. They're like, your goal is to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible. I'm like, no. Your goal is to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible. My goal, I want real estate. That's my goal. How are you going to tell me what I want? Anyway.
That's the Canadian dream, don't they know?
Dude, like, yo, this is good. Anyway. Enough about me.
That's it. No, that's so true. I mean, and that's the thing. People, they think you have some, and because of the industry, this is part of the reason why is that they think you have alternative ideas to try and capitalize on other people's hardships or whatever it is, right? And I've met you in person. I know your intentions. I know you want to be better. I know you're working hard on your damn self, right? And it shows. And a lot of people don't recognize that, and that's okay. Like, find your people, have your people. Bring the company that you want around you. And I think we talked about this a lot too. Is that like you're a direct influence of the company you keep, right? So why would you want people around you like that? And also, it's like, these people who are out there, join my exchange. Look at this. Bitcoin's going up. The next day, open mouth thumbnail, Bitcoin's going down, right? And it's
oh my gosh,
right?
yeah,
like
bro.
I would never talk to that person, right? But
Dude, 100%, man. 100%.
And that's it, right?
100%. They come out and they're like, "Oh, you get paid based off of people's liquidations." Da, 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 da. It's crazy, man. It's crazy,
true, man.
But yo, dude, it's actually insane. But I will say this, and I think we'll end it here because we got to do some other stuff after. But and I don't want you to miss dinner.
No, it's all good,
But
man.
we'll end it here. But I will say this, like I said at the beginning, I think a creator is a creator's network is a reflection of the creator. For me, and I'm sure it's the same with you. I mean, you don't have as many haters as I do, I think. But
I love haters. So
whenever people come at me, dude, like the Nexus comes at my aid. I don't even need to say anything.
yeah.
Sometimes I need to tell them to chill. I'm like, guys, it's okay. Like, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. They're allowed to think this. They're allowed to leave the comments, but they rip them. And I'm like, damn. Like,
Yeah.
yo, this is crazy.
Yeah, man.
Like,
There's some people in my Discord, same thing, man. It's like they come to the defense real quick, right? And I think, yeah, you got that too.
and that is like a reflection of what it is. Like, people, you're going to have the haters that are going to come and they're like, oh, you make money off of people's liquidations. And the funniest thing is when, not even just like on YouTube, people on Twitter, like the bigger people that are like, oh, everybody with a Discord is a scammer. Da, 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 da. If they're making money off the Discord, they're not making money trading.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I am making money off the Discord and I'm fully transparent about that. I've put over $50,000 into trying to learn this game. So we were talking about blowing accounts and shit. I've blown more than 50K. So my intention is to get everybody there faster and cheaper than I did. But yes, the Discord is paying back my 50K because I'm a creator and I work hard and I don't need to do this, right? Like, I don't need to. Anyways, they're fully open about that.
Yeah.
The best thing is when people are like, yeah, if they have a Discord, they're not making money off of you, whatever. Do you think that I could fool this many people for this long if I didn't know what I was doing?
And you're making the money. That's
bro, there would be no
right?
Discord. There would be no Discord.
If you
Like,
set up like trades,
if it was all scams,
for a whole month and they were all wrong, why would they stay?
dude, if it was a scam, like how anyways, just wanted to say that.
It's so true, man.
Alex, it was great to talk to you, bro. Do you have anything else you want to add before we end it here?
No, man, I think that's plenty, man. Like, love to do this again anytime, man. I'm there, and from brother to another mother, right? Like, we've been crushing it. I'm proud of you, man. Keep working hard, keep helping people, right? And may continue to be very profitable, my brother.
Likewise, bro. I've said it many times in this podcast, but you're very inspirational. You're someone to look up to. I look up to you. And when you're a good person, man, good things will come for you. And I think that there's nothing but up only on AlexOCrypto. So to everybody watching that made it to the end, thank you very much for being here. We appreciate you. I appreciate you. The Nexus appreciates you. Alex appreciates you. And the Otter Gang appreciates you. All of Alex's links are in the description down below. And I think that's a wrap. We will see you on the channel soon, I'm sure. Alex, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for being here, bro. Guys, hit the like button, subscribe to AlexOCrypto. We will see you in the next episode.